past the point of no return. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, July 13th, suggest some interesting moments in Genoa City as a new week kicks off. Traci Abbott, Beth Maitland, and Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, make a decision together, while Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, is decimated. Plus, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, has a new target. Learn more about what's going down during Monday's show, below. Key takeaways. Adam's plea to rebuild Newman Media is rejected as Victor refuses to compromise. Kyle sets his sights on Victor, blaming him for the Abbott family's recent nightmare. Traci and Ashley officially welcome Lauren as an honorary Abbott. Victor's latest decision threatens to reignite another bitter family feud. Kyle begins plotting payback that could send shockwaves through Genoa City. Traci Fenmore Abbott? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, July 13th, indicate that Traci and Ashley will spend some time with Lauren Fenmore, Traci E. Bregman. Now that the threat of Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduke, is secure, and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Diane Abbott, Susan Walters, are recovering from their respective injuries, they can both try to enjoy some downtime. The three ladies will enjoy some wine and snacks and catch up at the Abbott mansion. During the YNR promo for the next week, the trio is shown giggling away as Lauren asks if she's an honorary member of the Abbott family. This is when both Traci and Ashley wholeheartedly agree that she is. After weeks of drama and trauma, it's nice to see Traci smile again. Adam Newman destroyed. Elsewhere, Adam, along with Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, will plead with Victor Newman, Eric Braden, to allow them to rebuild Newman Media, without attacking Spectre Charles Communications. Added teasers imply that the mustache will dig his heels and reject Adam's proposal, again. Adam will try to reason with his pops and ask him to just give them 6 months. Adam will also promise that if his plan doesn't work, Victor can do whatever he wants after that. Still, Victor will snap back at his son and note that he either plays things his way or no way at all. While Adam has been doing so well for months now, getting along with his father and siblings, things could come to a crashing halt. After all, during the Friday, July 10th show, Victor appointed Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, CEO now that they have the company back, and ordered Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, to focus on his recovery. Still, he didn't really have any plan set in stone for the role Adam would play with Newman Enterprises moving forward. Could this bring on yet another Adam versus the Newmans storyline? Kyle Abbott's new target. Lastly, the Young and the Restless spoilers for July 13th indicate that Kyle will have a new revenge target, and all arrows point to Victor being the one he plans to ambush. Patty wreaked a ton of havoc on his family, almost killing his mom and dad, and it was Victor who brought her back to town. Kyle will start to concoct a plan to strike back at the mustache, but what does he have in mind? What stands out to me is how quickly trust begins to collapse in this storyline. Adam crushed, Kyle's new target, Traci and Ashley's decision. The morning sun cast a golden glow across Genoa City, but inside Newman Enterprises, the atmosphere was anything but warm. Adam Newman stood alone in Victor's office, staring silently out the window. His phone rested on Victor's desk after delivering the message that had shattered his confidence. Victor slowly walked behind him. "You're distracted," Victor observed. Adam sighed. "I lost them." Victor's eyes narrowed. "You don't lose. You adapt." Adam shook his head. "This time it's different." The latest investigation into Aristotle Dumas' hidden network had collapsed overnight. Every confidential file Adam had spent weeks collecting had mysteriously disappeared. Even worse, someone inside Newman Enterprises had leaked their plans. Victor folded his arms. "So who betrayed us?" Adam hesitated. "I don't know anymore." That answer disappointed Victor more than any failure. "If you don't know your enemies," Victor warned, "you'll never beat them." Across town, Kyle Abbott arrived at Jabot earlier than anyone else. He couldn't stop thinking about the mysterious financial transfers Diane had recently uncovered. Someone had quietly been purchasing abandoned companies connected to Chancellor Industries. The transactions all pointed toward one anonymous investor. Kyle spread dozens of documents across the conference table. Jack entered. "You've been here all night?" Kyle nodded. "I finally found the pattern." Jack looked surprised. "What pattern?" Kyle pointed towards several highlighted files. Every company was purchased through shell corporations. Jack leaned closer. "Who owns them?" Kyle slowly looked up. "I don't know yet. But I know who's helping them." Jack frowned. "Who?" Kyle whispered one name. "Tucker." Jack's face hardened immediately. "Impossible. He's gone." Kyle wasn't convinced. Tucker always leaves one move ahead. If he's not behind this directly, someone is finishing what he started. Meanwhile, at the Abbott mansion, Traci sat quietly with Ashley in the living room. Neither sister had slept. Jack's recent brush with danger had reminded both women how fragile life could become. Ashley broke the silence. "We can't keep pretending everything is normal." Traci nodded. "I've been thinking the same thing." Ashley reached into her purse. "I received another offer." Traci looked confused. "What kind of offer?" "Paris. They want me to return permanently." Traci remained silent. Ashley continued. "If I leave now, I don't know when I'll come back." Before Traci could answer, the front door opened. Jack walked inside. Seeing both sisters together immediately made him smile. "I've missed this." Ashley forced a smile. "We were just talking." Jack sensed the tension. "What happened?" Traci exchanged a nervous glance with Ashley. "There may be another change coming." Jack slowly sat down. "What kind of change?" Ashley finally admitted the truth. "I'm thinking about leaving Genoa City." Jack stared at her in disbelief. "You just came home." Ashley looked away. "And maybe that's exactly why I know it's time." Jack couldn't hide his disappointment. After everything their family had endured, the idea of losing Ashley again felt unbearable. Elsewhere, Audra Charles received an unexpected envelope slipped beneath her apartment door. Inside was a single photograph. Kyle Abbott. Written on the back were only 4 words. "Watch him very carefully." No signature. No explanation. Audra immediately sensed someone was manipulating events from the shadows. She grabbed her phone. "There are bigger games being played," she whispered. "And Kyle doesn't even know he's already become the target." At Society, Claire met Summer for lunch. Summer noticed Claire seemed distracted. "You've barely touched your coffee." Claire smiled nervously. "I've been thinking." "About Kyle?" Claire hesitated. "Partly." Summer sighed. "I know that look." "What look?" "The one that says trouble is coming." Claire laughed softly. "I hope you're wrong." But deep inside, she feared Summer might be right. Because someone had already begun watching Kyle. And the first move had already been made. Adam left Newman Enterprises with Victor's harsh words still echoing in his mind. Determined to find the leak, he headed to a secure warehouse where copies of the missing files had supposedly been stored. When he arrived, the steel door was already open. Inside, filing cabinets had been forced open, computer hard drives were gone, and security cameras had been smashed. Whoever had been there knew exactly what they were looking for. Adam searched the room until he noticed a single envelope left on the desk. Inside was a typed message. "Stop looking, or the next loss will be personal." For the first time in a long while, Adam felt genuine fear. This wasn't just a business rival, it was someone willing to wage psychological warfare. Meanwhile, Kyle met discreetly with Diane at Chabot. I think Tucker's old network is still operating, Kyle said quietly. Diane frowned. If Tucker isn't running it, then who is? Kyle slid a folder across the table. I've narrowed it down to one person. They handled several shell companies before disappearing. Diane opened the file, and her eyes widened. I know this name. Before she could explain, her phone rang. The caller ID simply read, private number. She answered cautiously. A distorted voice said only one sentence. Tell Kyle to stop asking questions. The line went dead. Kyle and Diane exchanged uneasy looks. Whoever was behind this knew exactly what they were doing. At the Abbott mansion, Ashley and Traci continued discussing their future. I don't want our lives to revolve around constant crises anymore, Ashley admitted. Traci nodded thoughtfully. Maybe we both need a fresh start. Jack overheard those words and entered the room. A fresh start doesn't have to mean leaving your family. Ashley looked at her brother with affection. We'll always be family. But maybe it's time for us to live differently. After a long silence, Traci made her decision. If you go to Paris, I'll come with you for a while. Ashley smiled warmly and embraced her sister. Jack's emotions were mixed. He understood their need for peace, yet the thought of an emptier Abbott mansion weighed heavily on him. Across town, Audra couldn't stop thinking about the anonymous photograph of Kyle. She decided to investigate the sender. Using one of Nate's cybersecurity contacts, she traced the envelope to a mailbox rented under a false identity. There are no fingerprints, the investigator explained. Whoever sent it planned this carefully. Audra realized Kyle wasn't simply investigating someone. Someone was actively hunting him. Later that evening, Kyle left Chabot alone. As he walked toward his car, he noticed a black SUV parked across the street. The vehicle's headlights switched on. It began following him through the quiet streets of Genoa City. Kyle tried making several unexpected turns, but the SUV stayed close behind. Finally, he pulled into a brightly lit gas station. When he looked back, the SUV had disappeared. But tucked beneath his windshield wiper was another typed note. You're looking in the wrong direction. Kyle clenched the paper tightly. Instead of backing down, his determination only grew stronger. If someone wants me to stop, he whispered, I'm closer to the truth than I realized. Far away, an unidentified figure watched Kyle through binoculars and smiled. The game has officially begun.